Today, we hear real stories about credit card debt, rising interest rates, and how families are fighting to stay afloat. Welcome to the real economy.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely fucking drowning financially? As a single 29-year-old woman, I have 3 jobs. And I'm still fucking struggling. And I'm just getting myself farther and farther into credit card debt because I don't have enough after the first of the month to avoid using it. It just isn't working. Full-time job. Not doing it. Got a second job. It's barely doing it. The third job. Hit or miss. If I even get paid on time. I feel like I'm drowning and I don't know what to do. I don't know if any industry is doing well right now. I used to be a server. I used to have all this cash every night whenever I would walk out with cash. And I don't have that anymore. And I don't even know if they're doing okay right now. Like, I have seriously considered quitting my full-time good job to go back to serving. Because at least I can just like use my personality and try to get more money than minimum wage or what an entry-level job pays people nowadays. It's fucking sick. Try to call my mom. She didn't answer. Snapchat my friends about this because I just needed a vent, but I just feel like I'm drowning. It's like, okay, do I just find a boyfriend so I can split everything with him? Like, sorry, like, I'm too stubborn and I just want what I want. And I just can't do that or be that way. So yeah, friends, I might say no to your weddings. I might say, and I have said no to bachelorette parties, and I just can't. I just fucking can't. But is it anyone else? Or am I just a dumb bitch with money? Because I used to not be. My credit used to be fucking phenomenal. Credit card bill, paid it all off every single time. It's not like that. It can't be like that anymore.
Genuinely speaking, how are y'all able to afford living right now? I just spent all day fighting with my internet provider because they tried raising my bill almost $20, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like when I first started paying internet, I was paying $45 a month, and now they want to charge me $82. $82 a month. My insurance went up an extra $100. I don't know why. I tried talking to them and they said that their prices are changing, so I just have to deal with it. I haven't been in any accidents, knock on wood, but it just went up because they felt like it. Everything is going up, and I feel guilty for even getting food today because I'm like, oh, I should be saving money in case another bill goes up. Like, how are you guys doing it? Are we all just putting everything on credit cards? I put my Buffalo Wild Wings on credit cards today. What's the secret? Do I just need to make more money? Do I need to start investing? I have nothing to invest, but is that the secret? Like, I still want to enjoy living my life, but I feel like I'm not. I feel like I can't. I feel like I'm not allowed to because everything is so expensive. Any advice is truly appreciated. Thank you.
But I have been financially not doing great. I am a nurse. Even though I am a nurse and I make good money, I don't have money, which is the sad part because of the choices that I've made still currently and the choices that I've made like previously, like from a couple of years. I am in credit card debt, and it's this unhealthy cycle that I have been putting myself into, and this just relationship with money has just never been something that I was talked about. Lifestyle creep is definitely a thing, and especially when you are trying to make a brand for yourself, when you're aspiring to do something that you want to do, and content creation has been something that I've always wanted to do. Being a YouTuber has always been something I want to do. I've always just wanted to be on camera. I've always just wanted to make a name for myself, whether it be like through content creation, being a YouTuber, being an entrepreneur, like whatever it may be. I always felt like I was meant to do something other than nursing. And so I think for years I have been continuously like, going with the trends and like, buying whatever everyone else buys so that like I can post about it and like, be seen. But then I get caught up with imposter syndrome of not being enough. In order for me to become someone, I guess I was influenced by everyone else around me. So if I bought the next best thing, or if I like looked a certain way by buying these clothes, then I was gonna make an image, a brand for myself. And that turned into like so many like dumb purchases like along the way that I'm like literally paying for now. And don't get me wrong, I have been trying to get myself together when it comes to my finances, because obviously like I have money to pay my bills, I have money to like pay down the minimums on my credit cards, but a lot of the times I don't take into account like, money like for myself and money to, just enjoy life. And most of the time like I'm struggling to even do that.
Are you or someone you know overwhelmed by credit card debt? Share your story below. If you can, always pay more than the minimum balance. It saves you hundreds or even thousands over time.
So if you're anything like me, just a normal person with a normal job in this shit-ass economy that can't afford anything these days except your bare necessities, then you've slacked on paying some of your bills. And that's okay. This is a no judgment zone, because I haven't paid all my bills either, and I'm really slacking, especially on my credit card bills. And I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a shit about shit I bought last year or 6 months ago or when I swiped the credit card. I don't fucking care. Thanks for letting me have that stuff. I don't have the money to pay you back right now. So I used to be really religious with this. Like I would send a set amount of money each month and just auto pay the credit card so it would keep my balance down, so that I didn't fall behind. Well, about 7 months ago, I took it off auto pay. And for about 6 months religiously now, like every day, multiple times a day, they're calling to get their money. We all got a job to do. And I know that you're tired of dialing my fucking number and I'm not picking up the phone. So I accidentally answered one of their calls in the car the other day. My car hooks to my phone. So if you hit a button on the steering wheel, then it automatically answers. And it was Teresa from, Credit One or Capital, one of those that I have. And she goes, "Hi, this is Teresa, and I'm calling for Brandy. I'm from the credit card service." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to answer this phone call. Like, I'm really sorry about that. I don't have your money. Like, that's why I don't answer the phone or the emails that you sent me." And this bitch, she goes, "Well, we're like 2 steps away from sending you to collections, and that's really going to affect your credit." Teresa, do you not know that also not paying your credit card bill plummets your fucking credit? You might as well take my credit score out back and fucking put it out of its misery, Teresa. Do you also realize that right now, my credit score means absolute fuck all nothing to me? Like, do I look like I'm buying a house? Do I look like I'm buying a car? Does it look like I can afford to buy anything ever again? Teresa, I'm going to save us both the time here. Just send it to collections now, because between now and next month, when you keep trying to call me, nothing's going to change. Nothing. So sorry about that, but thanks for all the stuff I bought on the credit card. I don't know what to tell you, and it's going to sit in collections too. I really, like, food, house payment, car payment, insurance, medicine, clothes, bare necessities. That's all I got the money for right now. Everything else, I could care fucking less. If you want to throw, I've been in collections my whole fucking life, Teresa. Send it to collections. And she just hung up on me. I don't think she had a pleasant time talking to me, and that's okay. That's fine.
Hey y'all, so let's talk debt, specifically credit card debt. I am $30,000 in credit card debt. Yeah, I know. Let's talk about it. So I have 2 credit cards. I have a Navy Federal and then another credit card. Navy Federal has $25,000 and the other one has $5,000. And I'm definitely ready to pay those off. So if anybody has any suggestions about how I can quickly pay those off, let me know in the comments. So I recently joined TikTok Shop and the Creator Fund. So I'm hoping to reel in some money from that as well. And whatever I make from that, I'm going to put towards the credit cards expeditiously. I racked up all of this debt from shopping, not telling myself no, not having discipline, all that horrible stuff. Baby, when I tell you, if I saw something on the website, because I'm an online shopper. If I saw something on the website that I wanted, or my kids wanted, or that I wanted for them, or what I thought my husband would like. But we're stopping bad habits and we're getting out of credit card debt. So follow along on this journey with me paying off my debt.
I saw this video of this girl balancing her budget from her job, and I think like her pay, like her salary is like $75,000. In the video, she said that her statement for her credit card was like $2,100, and at the end of her balancing out her whole spreadsheet, she was in negative $200 for the next 2 weeks. Let me just say this. I love that she made that video and that she woke that up, because a lot of people be wondering how people be affording all these designer things, yada, yada, yada. A lot of them are just simply swiping that fucking credit card. A lot of people are literally just living in fucking debt. Big debts. Like, when she said her ending balance was $2,000, I think her limit said like $9,000. That's not even the smallest credit card debt I've seen on people that I personally fucking know. Like, so many people are not only living paycheck to paycheck, baby, they are living credit card statement to credit card statement. And it's literally just a cycle, because after they pay off that statement and they're at like negative $200 for the week, guess what they then have to turn around and do? You betcha. They have to use that fucking credit card. Don't let them have multiple credit cards, baby. We're talking about thousands and thousands of debt. And the other piece of it is that there probably are some scammers out here, or some people who really do have making over 100,000 our tech girls who we love, and the doctors and the nurses, yada yada yada. But a lot of people are just consumed by credit card debt, and it's just a cycle of credit card debt and bad spending habits. Now, I don't know what it looks like if it's a scammer, but I will say if they can't have a Cash App account, or they're using Cash App as their bank account, it's probably a scammer.
What's the highest credit card balance you've ever carried? Look into debt consolidation or nonprofit credit counseling services. They can often lower your interest rates.
Hey, let's be real. Credit card debt doesn't always make you an irresponsible person. Let's talk about it. Hey, my name is Elise, and I'm trying to pay off almost $12,000 in credit card debt so that way I can start a family later this year. When I first realized how bad my credit card debt was, I felt so ashamed and like I had really failed adulthood. You know what? Most people that I know in their 20s and 30s are carrying some kind of debt, whether that is a medical debt, student loan debt, credit card debt, just trying to survive debt. Like, I don't think I know a single person that's not in some kind of debt in my personal life. Having debt doesn't mean that you're bad with money, and it doesn't make you lazy, and it doesn't mean that you're irresponsible. What matters most about your debt is what you are doing right now to fix it. The shame that we hold around our debt keeps us stuck. It tells us to stay quiet, it tells us to stay hidden, it tells us to not reach out for support and struggle in silence. But when we talk openly about it, when we say, yeah, I'm in debt, but here's what I'm doing to work on it, here's what I'm doing to fix it, here's what I'm doing to get out of this hole that I'm in, we're taking back that power. So if you're carrying credit card debt right now, you're not alone, you're not irresponsible, you're not broken, you're building. I want us to normalize the struggle and the comeback. I hope that this account is something that can really help with that. I know I had so much shame around my credit card debt, and it kept me hidden, and it kept me quiet, and it kept me struggling completely in silence. And this account, even though I've only had it for a couple of days, has really helped me so much. I feel like I now have this new level of accountability, and I have found a whole community of people that are also in the same boat as me, and we're able to encourage each other, and that's exactly what shame doesn't want.
Can we just talk about how soul-sucking credit card debt is for a second? I've been feeling so motivated this whole month, and then I got my Amex bill, and then I had to pay a vet bill, and then I did my taxes last night, and then I had to pay for all my LLC fees since I'm now a TikToker and I'm trying to pay taxes on it. I just feel like it's always something. I have cut out all unnecessary spending, and it's still not enough. I have extra income coming in from TikTok, so thankfully everything will be paid for. But I feel like I am skating on such thin ice financially all the time. I am like an eternally optimistic person, so I will always try to see the positive in a situation. But I just want to vent for a second about how tiring it is constantly walking on a knife's edge with my debt. I have a few things going in my favor, and while I do owe on my federal taxes, I am getting a bit of a state refund, so I'll like net out zero there.
Why would I buy a car or go to Disney when I have debt? Because life still has to live. My old car was just getting unsafe. I've had it since I was 17. I love the car. I'm sad about not being able to drive it, but it was just becoming unsafe. I have small children, all in car seats. You know, the car breaking down every couple of months, or breaking down when I'm on the freeway or when I'm on my way to work. And then having to spend money to fix it, spend money on Ubers or Lyfts to get to and from work, to and from picking up the kids. It was just becoming a hassle. So I needed a new car. I did get a used car, so I saved money on that. But at the end of the day, I needed a new car. I needed a reliable car. I needed something that I could like feel good about putting my kids in, feel good about going to work in, and then coming home safely. Would I have liked a lower payment? Yes. Was I expecting a lower payment? Yes. Did I have buyer's remorse immediately? Yes. But here we are. Why do you buy tickets to go to Disneyland? Because again, life has to live. It's my daughter's birthday. I want her to enjoy herself. I want to enjoy the day as a family. And it's depressing when you just go to work, go home, go to work, go home, and you don't get to enjoy a day. You don't get to spend time with your family and have fun, do something different, do something that you don't normally do. And it's a birthday. It's worth celebrating. Could we have found something cheaper? Yes. But this is not something we do often. If we save Disneyland for special occasions like birthday, I think that's okay. Again, life has to live. The better question is, why did we get into this much debt? But 2024 was a really rough year. We've had a couple rough years, not back to back, but this is not our first time being in debt. We were able to get out of it. It's just this time, mentally, it's harder on me. Mentally, it's like, hey, I'm working a job I don't like. I'm away from my kids. I'm looking to get a raise, but that requires more from me. It's like, I kind of want to step away, and I want to be at home, and I want to raise my kids, focus on the family, but it's like, I got to pay this debt. I now have a car payment.
If you could erase one debt from your life right now, which one would it be? Share below.
So, my husband and I are $60,000 in debt. Okay. Part of the problem. You are. Let me explain how we got here. In June of 2022, we had a good amount of savings and decided that our home that we've been living in for a couple years just needed some maintenance and some upgrades. You can see behind me, we live in like a very normal house, but there were some things like on the outside where our stucco was falling off, so we needed to have that repaired. We had our house painted, we upgraded our bathroom a little bit, and also decided to pay off my husband's private student loan because the interest is not great. And so we had plenty of savings, and we decided to just drain those bad boys. We both had really stable jobs. We would be able to squirrel away some money over time and build back up our savings again. 2 weeks later, unexpectedly, I was laid off from my job. And I'm the breadwinner of our household, so it did not go well. I was unemployed for about 7 months. Thank goodness I had social media to keep us afloat for a little bit, but here's the deal. We had to put a lot of stuff on credit card to be able to keep ourselves afloat. So anything that could go on a credit card went on a credit card. And that allowed my husband's income to pay for our mortgage, our car payments, our daycare, things like that. But everything else went on a credit card. We cut back as much as we could, but there's still a lot of expenses.
I'm 31, I'm single, I live alone, and I have $29,445 in credit card debt.
I've honestly never said that aloud before, and I'd be lying if I didn't think it was a little embarrassing and also really shameful. 2 credit cards, one with Capital One, one with Bank of America. Capital One has the lower balance, so my goal is to make an additional $200 payment a month to Capital One and then snowball that with the Bank of America one. If all goes to plan and I continue making the additional $200 payments a month, I can have both credit cards paid off by December 2027. I know that's almost 3 years away, and who knows, maybe I will pick up some extra income or figure out a way to pay more towards my debt, but as of right now, $200 is what I can afford. I'm going to pay off this debt by 2027, no ifs, ands, or buts. Been carrying this debt around, and it's honestly been a huge toll, barely making the minimum payments, but enough is enough. I need to get this under control. It's honestly consuming my life. No one but to blame but me, but I'm ready to pay this off and be debt-free. Well, with credit cards.
I'm paying off $30,000 in credit card debt, and this is a list of things that I will not be doing to pay off my debt. I will not be filing bankruptcy. I will not be stopping 401k contributions. I will not deplete my savings account. I will not follow the teachings of a man who is a millionaire, has been a millionaire for decades, and does not know what it's like to budget an average middle-class salary. I will not be eating rice and beans unless they are prepared for me by my local Mexican restaurant, mostly because I have not yet cracked the code on how to make a good, delicious rice and beans at home.
Asking this because I genuinely don't know how the economy works. So with everything going on and the recession that might happen, is there actually any point in me paying off credit card debt? Or should I just focus on like paying rent and paying the basics? I have no savings, so that's not the issue. I'm currently just living paycheck to paycheck, paying the bills, paying rent, paying off my credit cards. Should I just stop paying off my credit cards? That's my question.
Credit card debt is not fun, okay? I have so much money on my credit cards. They're all pretty much maxed out. I couldn't keep up with the payments, and I think almost all of them, my accounts are closed. That's not good, but I will tell you this, it's like going through a detox, because things that I would just be like, oh, I'll just put on a credit card, I can't do that anymore. Those accounts are closed, those cards are gone. The only money I have comes from my paycheck, and that money goes towards necessities, which is the big thing that I've had to learn to differentiate the needs from the wants. So while my friends get to go do fun things, I am having to pay off credit card debt. It has taught me to be content with what I already have. It has helped me utilize places like the library. It has helped me declutter because I've had to sell things to make my bills. This is probably like the worst year of my life financially, but I think I've grown up a lot and I'm kind of happy about it.
So I want to tell y'all how I got into so much credit card debt, being an overthinker. Here it is. I wanted everything to be perfect. Everything had to be in line. I had to have the color palette. I had to have the bio. I had to have the website. I had to have the products. I had to have 3 years worth of content because I felt like, oh, if I start talking about this one thing, I'm not going to be able to grow. Like, how can I grow? Right? I'm at step 0 and I'm obsessing. I'm at step 0 and I'm obsessing over step like 60. But it took so long for me to understand that I'm never going to know what step 60 looks like because everything in between is a blur.
I saw a post this morning on TikTok about this woman who has been like trying to avoid like the collection agencies that are trying to like collect or make a payment plan or what have you. And she finally told the woman at the collection agency, she finally answered the call. After like sending them to voicemail and blocking calls, she finally picked up the phone and said to the woman on the line, I can't pay you. So instead of threatening me with collection agency, just send it to the collection agency because I'm not paying them either. I don't have the money. If I had the money, I already would have paid you, or I would have picked up your call the last 12 times that you called me and I would have set up a payment plan. Somebody in her comments came through. It was a woman that works at Amex Credit, like the credit department that like calls like for collections. And even she admitted in the comments that she can't pay her own bills. Do you remember when we were younger and we would, put something on a credit card and, a TV or whatever, or car repairs, and it would take you a few months and you'd make, you'd pay it back. You'd make a double payment to pay it back and then it would be done and you'd be back to like 0. And then you'd maybe use them on vacation and then you'd come back and you'd pay it off or whatever. No, those days are over. I used to be able to pay, like I would pay double, triple each month to try to like pay down my debt. And I said in a previous post, like my credit score was like all I thought about when I was younger. I wanted a high credit score because I thought that was the only way I was going to make my way in life and like be able to like buy a house, buy a car, be credit worthy, whatever. Those days are over.
companies like Chase and Capital One and all these companies that have promised us sunshine and rainbows over the years, and like, you know, a 0% sign on and no annual fees, and, you know, 5%, you know, variable rate for the first year, and then they jack you up to 22%. Have we racked up credit card debt? Yeah. Are we robbing from Peter to pay Paul, as my mother used to say? Are we taking money out of this pot to pay over here? Yeah, we're doing that too. For the first time ever, a few weeks ago, I charged my groceries. I friggin' used my credit card because I hadn't been paid yet, so I put groceries on a credit card. These are the times, I guess.
Thanks for watching The Real Economy. If you're fighting debt, check the free resources link below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories.